In a quiet corner of the world, nestled between rolling hills and ancient woodlands, there existed a small village known for its charm and simplicity. The forest surrounding this settlement was thick with life-towering oaks, dancing streams, and pathways that seemed to whisper their own stories. In this village lived a young girl named Mara. She was unremarkable in most ways, except for one striking feature. Her hair cascaded down her back in a brilliant shade of emerald green. It moved like silk in the wind, catching the light like the very leaves of spring itself. Most of the villagers found Mara's appearance peculiar. Whispers followed her through the marketplace. Eyes lingered a moment too long. But Mara possessed a gift that mattered far more than their stares. She carried an unshakable kindness and an unwavering belief in being authentically herself. The forest wanderer. Each dawn, before the village stirred awake, Mara ventured into the forest. This was her sanctuary. Here, among the trees and flowers, she felt she belonged completely. The woodland creatures became her companions. Songbirds would greet her with melodies that seemed composed just for her ears. Rabbits and foxes moved freely near her feet, understanding that she meant them no harm. One afternoon, while exploring a path she'd never taken before, Mara heard something that stopped her cold, a delicate, trembling cry echoing through the trees. Following the sound, she discovered a small luminous being sitting upon a toadstool. This was no ordinary creature. The being's skin shimmered like moonlight, and gossamer wings folded against her back. But what captured Mara's attention most was the stream of tears flowing down the tiny figure's face. "Why do you weep?" Mara asked gently, kneeling down to meet the creature at eye level. The small being looked up, her eyes reflecting both sadness and wonder. "I'm lost," she whispered. "A strong wind separated me from my companions. I cannot find my way back to the realm where I belong." Mara's heart immediately opened. "What is your name?" she asked. "I am Celeste," the fairy replied softly. "I'm Mara, and I will help you find your way home. I know every corner of these woods." The magical journey. Together, they walked deeper into the forest than Mara had ever ventured. As they traveled, Celeste shared stories of her world, a place hidden within the heart of nature itself, where magical lights danced between ancient trees and flowers. Bloomed in impossible colors, the landscape gradually shifted. The ordinary forest began to transform. The air grew warmer, more luminous. Wildflowers of every imaginable hue blanketed the ground, and a soft golden glow emanated from everywhere and nowhere at once. They arrived at a clearing unlike anything Mara had ever seen. In its center sat a perfectly circular pool, its surface reflecting starlight despite the sun still hanging in the sky. The water shimmered and moved of its own accord, creating patterns that seemed to hold meaning. "This is it," Celeste breathed, her entire form beginning to glow. "This is the gateway." The pool's surface rippled, and a shimmering doorway began to form within it. Beyond the threshold, Mara caught glimpses of an impossible landscape, towering crystal formations, floating islands, and dozens of luminous beings moving gracefully through the air. Celeste turned to embrace Mara. "You have shown me kindness when you could have walked past my tears. You have given me your time and your trust. The magical realm does not forget such generosity." Before Mara could respond, Celeste raised her hand. A wave of golden light washed over Mara, warm and gentle, like being wrapped in summer sunlight. She felt something shift within her, though she couldn't quite name what. Celeste stepped toward the gateway. "Visit this clearing whenever you wish, dear Mara. Call my name, and I will come to you. A true friend is never truly far away." With that, Celeste stepped through the portal. It held for one more heartbeat, then dissolved like mist, leaving Mara alone in the ordinary clearing once more. The transformation When Mara returned to her village the next morning, something had changed, not in the forest, but in the hearts of the villagers. As she walked through the marketplace, people no longer stared with suspicion. Instead, they smiled with genuine warmth. Children pointed at her hair, not with confusion, but with admiration. "How beautiful you look today," an elderly woman said, her voice sincere. A merchant she'd never spoken to before commented, "Your hair is like living nature. It's extraordinary." Mara realized that the golden light Celeste had shared wasn't a physical transformation at all. It was something deeper, a shift in the world's perception, a ripple of acceptance and wonder spreading outward from a single act of compassion. The continuing story, from that day forward, Mara became known throughout the village as someone special, not because of her emerald hair, but because of the magic she carried within her, the magic of genuine kindness and acceptance. She continued to visit the forest, and sometimes she would find her way back to the clearing. Each time she called Celeste's name, the fairy would emerge from the light, and they would spend hours talking, laughing, and sharing the wonders of both the mortal world and the realm of magic. The other villagers began to notice something remarkable happening in their community. People became kinder to one another. Those who were different in appearance, in thought, and manner found themselves welcomed rather than shunned. It was as though Mara's acceptance of Celeste had set off a chain. Reaction of compassion. Years passed, and Mara never lost her emerald hair, nor did she ever wish to. It became a symbol not of strangeness, but of courage. A reminder that being true to oneself and showing kindness to others was the most powerful magic of all Dot, and in the heart of the forest, in a clearing that seemed to exist between the ordinary world and something far more wondrous. Two friends continued to meet, one whose hair held the color of spring leaves, and another whose wings caught the light like captured starlight. Together, they proved that the greatest magic was never found in spells or enchantments, but in the simple, profound act of being seen, understood, and loved exactly as you are.